Hi everybody, thanks for joining me for another tutorial in Melinda's Rubber Room. I'm Melinda Pierce and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today to show you how to make this fun Christmas card. This actually was inspired by the catalog itself. There's one in the catalog that looks very similar to this. So I'm going to show you how I did this, and there's a few techniques to it, so it might be fun to watch and learn something new. Okay, so I'm going to start with a piece of cardstock that is crumb cake, and I'm going to stamp my trees. So my trees are actually from the Regal Reindeer stamp set. So it has these large trees on there. It comes as a stamp as well as a die. So I'm going to be using both of those today. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp the trees. So I'm going to stamp direct to the paper with the ink. And then I'm also going to stamp off the paper and then stamp back on, and that'll give me a slightly lighter color of those trees, so it looks like there's some trees in the background. All right, and then I'm going to come in with my blender brush, and I'm going to tap on my ink pad. That's still pretty peacock. I'm going to start off of my paper and go onto the paper, and I'm lightly going to add color to the background. Now it may look like I'm not adding much color to it, but there is color going on that cardstock, and you want to start out light and build your color up. Otherwise you're going to get big streaky blotchy backgrounds, which you don't want. You want it just to be kind of light and even and build up the color as dark as you want it to be. I don't know if you can see that getting color on there, but it's getting there. Add a little bit more. Okay, so hopefully you can tell the difference between this bottom part that has no ink on it yet and this top part that I've shaded in. Okay, and then I have a piece of white cardstock that I've cut out, and that again is using one of the dies from the Regal Reindeer stamp set. I can see that I need some more greenery down here, so I'm just going to, I think I'm actually just going to do some shading down there. Okay, so that should be enough. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my white piece and add that down to the bottom. I'm just going to glue that. Like so. I'm going to put that aside for now, and I'm just going to stamp a couple of trees. This time I'm going to stamp them in Old Olive. I'm sorry, in Mossy Meadow. Clean my stamp off first. Now I'm going to take my die and put it through my die cutting machine. Okay, so I have my two trees cut out. And I'm just going to take a blender brush again and add some color to the background. So I'm going to just take the Old Olive again and just, I'm sorry, I keep saying Old Olive, it's Mossy Meadow. And just add some color to the background. You can use Old Olive if you want a lighter looking tree. I think I actually did two different colors on my original sample. going to stamp him in Memento because we're going to be coloring it in with some blender pens. I'm going to cut that down a little bit so it'll fit in my mini cut and emboss machine. I have my Santa die. This stamp set is called Old Saint Nick. I'm sorry, Saint Nicholas. That was close. And it has the two different Santas there and all these different other little cute little stamps to use. It's a very fun set. I've used it quite a bit this season. I'm going to take Okay, so now I'm just going to color my Santa in. I'm going to use cherry cobbler on this one. I'm using the light and the dark, and I'm using the pecan pie on his bag of toys as well as his boots. I'm using wild wheat for his little satchel and the under part of his coat. And I'm using some more of the pretty peacock for the tree. Just going to go over that very lightly. And then his face is done with ivory, as well as the little teddy bear, and the drum is done with So Saffron, I believe. So I'm going to go ahead and color that in, and I'll get right back to you. Okay, so there's my finished Santa. Now I'm going to just assemble my card. So the trees are put directly onto my base card for the one that I've already stamped. Just going to go ahead and put glue on there. And to kind of try to tuck it in a little bit underneath that white. It can sit directly on top too. It's not that big of a deal. That one's just going to go down a little bit farther. And then the Santa I'm going to raise up on dimensionals. And put him right down here. I do want to leave a little bit of space for the words, so I have some words already stamped. I'm not going to lie, these words are a little bit hard to stamp the first time and get it straight. So you might want to cut out extra pieces of that so you can see I've done it both sides of that paper. So you might want to cut out extra pieces of that crumb cake for the greeting, because it did take me quite a few tries to get it quite right. All right, so that's going to go down right there on the bottom. Just going to match up the bottom right corner. All right, and then all of this gets attached to my crumb cake base cardstock. All right, so you want to do all of this before you move on to the next step, which is the final step of the front of the card. And that is to add some of the pearlized enamel effects. And this is the basic white. This comes in this is available in the main catalog, and it comes with black and red as well. So it's a set of 3. What I'm going to do is add a little bit of dimension to this, the snow on the bottom. So I don't know if you can see the difference between this snow where it has a little bit of um, difference in the white versus this flat white cardstock. So that's what the Pearlized Effects does. I've also added it to little snow up on the top of the card, as well as some of the trees. And then I did everything that's in white on his coat and hat. I did with the white, with the pearlized white. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the his coat first. You can do his beard as well. I think this time I'm going to add just a little bit to his beard. You don't need a whole lot. You don't want to squeeze too hard on this. You just want a little bit to come out. And then down on the bottom, you just want to do like from left to right and just kind of do like a light squiggle. Just like so. And then for the snow, I just touched down on the trees in the background, just did some little snow. This does take a little while to dry, especially if you make larger snow effects than what I did on the trees. I'm just going to bring it down a little bit. A friend of mine did that in the card class, and it looks so nice on the trees. So thank you, Pat, for that difference in the snow. It kind of looks like a little bit like tinsel on the tree. All right, I'm happy with that. And now I'm just going to go with the Wink of Stella to the tree that he's holding. And this will just add a little bit of shimmer to the tree itself. So you could use the Wink of Stella on his beard as well if you want. Or anywhere else that you want just a little bit of sparkle. Okay, so that's the outside of our card. And then on the inside, I just have a piece of white cardstock. And I just stamped my greeting on that. And I'm going to do that in Pretty Peacock again. Like so, and then I'm going to glue that to the inside of my card. Hopefully without messing up the front of my card. I should have done this before I did the enamel effects on the outside, but I'm going to try to be very careful. All right, so there is my completed card, and you can see the little difference that makes with the Wink of Stella on that tree and the enamel effects on his outfit and the snow down below. It's just such a cute little card, and it is inspired by one of the cards that was in the catalog. So make sure you go through the catalog, get your inspiration from there. It's a great place to get some great ideas. All right, I hope you enjoyed that card. All of the product is available on my online store at melindapierce.stampinup.net. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in my YouTube channel or on my Facebook page at Melinda's Rubber Room on Facebook. All right, hope you enjoyed it. See you soon. Bye-bye.